So make sure that you have the bandwidth and availability once you launch a campaign to follow up on your activities. If someone makes an effort to inquire about your technology, the best time to engage them is immediately. So make sure you have the time to be able to respond to anybody who inquires. So for example, if you have a number of technologies within your organization that you're hoping to market, you might want to stagger the beginning of each of those campaigns so that you can appropriately respond to any requests for information that come in for the individual campaigns. You want to be prepared with as much information about the technology as possible. So again, prepare that website with all of the details up front before you reach out to your prospects so that you have detailed information to share with them. You might also want to make sure that your inventor is going to be available to answer questions. So often you will be an intermediary between a company that's interested in a technology and the inventor, but you still want to have access to that inventor to be able to ask those questions and get answers back to a prospect quickly. Sometimes we brainstorm potential questions in advance of launching a marketing campaign and even prepare a frequently asked questions section on the website so again that people can look for the information that they're seeking without having to waste your time along the way. So once you've engaged with somebody initially, you also want to make sure that you're persistent when you're trying to reach out to prospects. So you've developed a list of people that you think should be interested in your technology, but many of those people are going to be very busy, and so you're going to have to work hard to get their attention. So clearly having a compelling message is going to be very important, but then you need to keep reaching out to them consistently in order to get their attention. Now you want to be creative in doing this, but also respectful as you reach out. And you can use various media. So you might use a combination of phone and email to reach them. Again, making sure that your message is compelling and very brief and to the point. You also want to be prepared to have repeated conversations with the same prospect. Your initial conversation may start out at a high level, and it may take 3 or 4 calls before you get down to the level of the detail that really allows somebody to make a decision about whether they want to pursue licensing or not. You might also need to speak with other members of the organization, and so just be prepared to, again, be persistent and willing to put the time in to have those repeated conversations. In each of those conversations, you want to make sure that you keep your key goals in mind. So you really want to get to know your prospect as well as their organization. So figure out what their key problems are and how your technology is a solution for them. You also want to figure out what sort of timeline they have and how their organization approaches licensing. Have they ever licensed a technology before, or is this the first time? And how much of an impact will your technology have on their product offering? If you can get answers to these questions, it not only helps you keep the conversation moving along, but it also helps you ensure that you have a strong prospect for your technology, and it will help you prepare for negotiations because you will understand the value of the technology to this prospect. Every conversation you have is part of a continuing process to qualify that prospect, and you need to make sure you keep listening as you go along to get that information.